Hi Heavians, Harry here, and welcome to my review of The Legend of Ruby Sunday, the penultimate episode of Season 1 of Doctor Who. And yes, I'm in a new location just for this video, and it's going to be a short one because I'm going on holiday and a lot of stuff is happening. So this episode is going to be shorter, but hopefully I will be back with a full-length review for the final episode of Doctor Who, Empire of Death. So just bear with me for this little review. But I think with all of that out the way, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the video. So of course, spoiler warning for the episode The Legend of Ruby Sunday. So, a lot of things have been happening in this episode. There are a lot of dangling threads throughout this whole series, and they all kind of converge in this episode. We have the fact that Ruby's mum, they try to find out who she is in this episode. Also, there's Mrs. Flood. There's a sort of ambiguous thing where she can feel like the one who waits is coming. There's also Susan Triad, who is revealed who she is in this episode, as well as the one who waits coming into reality, and it's just crazy. There's a lot of things that have to be resolved because, spoiler alert, nothing is resolved in this episode. Nothing. We don't find out who Ruby's mum is, we don't find out what's going on with Mrs. Flood, and we only get the reveal of who the one who waits is, but we don't know how Susan Triad has been appearing throughout all of time and space, or really who she is. It's hinted that she is Suetekh. The one who waits is revealed to be Suetekh, but there's just so much going on. We don't know whether she's a harbinger for Suetekh to come in. And speaking of harbinger, there was this person in this episode called Harriet, and it was revealed that she is the harbinger of Suetekh, a lot like how Henry Arbinger was the harbinger of Maestro in The Devil's Court. And really, if you haven't been paying attention throughout this series, you will be very lost. I think Russell T Davies has made it a point, really, for if you feel lost in this episode, go back and watch all the previous 6 episodes in this season to catch you up on, because if you just miss a couple of things, like a couple of Susan twist characters in the previous episodes, you need to go back and watch that. If you missed The Devil's Court, you need to go back and watch that to see how Harriet relates to being a harbinger, as the same as Maestro was. And Maestro is also mentioned in this episode. The Toymaker is also mentioned in this episode, so you need to go back and watch at least the third 60th anniversary special, The Giggle. There's just so much going on. You need to go back, watch The Church of Ruby Road if you don't understand what Ruby's mother is about, even some of Space Babies. This episode has been very much to make you look back on the past of this season and also the 60th anniversary specials, because there is just so much going on, and it's just amazing. All the characters we see are amazing. Of course, we got Kate Stewart as the head of unit, returning since 73 Yards. She is amazing. Colonel Ibrahim returning. He is amazing from The Giggle. I think he was last seen in. Of course, Mal Bush, companion to the 6th and 7th Doctors. She has returned since her appearance in The Giggle. We also have Rose Temple Noble, or Noble Temple, I forget which way around it is, but she is returning, she has returned since her last appearance in the 60th anniversary of the episode The Giggle. Also, Lenny Rush making his first appearance in Doctor Who as Unit's Chief Scientific Advisor, Morris. I don't know what has happened with Ruth Madeley's character, Shirley Ann Bingham. I don't know where she's gone, but Russell T Davies has said that he's always wanted a rotating cast in UNIT. So I guess it's just because Russell T Davies wants it to happen. So yeah, that's a bit weird. But it's amazing. All those characters are amazing. The way that they interact with this new Doctor and also Ruby is just amazing as well. Makes them feel at home. It doesn't feel like it's a new Doctor interacting with characters that he's really never met before, or really kind of a new companion. There are kind of moments like that where she doesn't know too much about UNIT, even though she did kind of meet them in 73 Yards. But again, how much of that does she remember? And also there is like kind of little explanations. Of course, we get more on Susan Foreman because the Doctor thinks that Susan Twist could be his granddaughter Susan, and then it just is a dagger to the heart when it is revealed that Susan Twist is actually Suetekh. So that's amazing as well. And and another stab in the guts when Ruby cannot see her mother, and the Colonel, I can't remember his name, but he gets turned like to dust by Suetekh when they're trying to figure out who Ruby's mum is. So everything is converging on them. This episode is really just to hype up, Empire of Death, because nothing is resolved in this episode, but everything that has been set up throughout this series is now converging into one thing, and the Doctor is spread out. You can see his frustration just in this episode as well, when the Colonel dies, and it's just, he is really out of his depth, the Doctor, but hopefully he can turn it around. Of course he can. He is the Doctor. Again, UNIT is amazing. They seem to be hiring kids now because of Rose Temple Noble and Morris, which are both kids in universe. So I don't know why UNIT are suddenly hiring kids. I think they'll be hit with some child labour laws. And also, Rose mentions her mum, Donna. So where are Donna and the 14th Doctor? I doubt that we're going to see either of them, but we need some explanation as to where they are this whole time, because we are facing off against Suetekh, which is a 4th Doctor enemy that is basically the god of death. And yeah, it's a lot. But yes, as I said, this one is going to be a short little episode. It's already probably over on what I thought I could do, because yeah, things this week will just be hectic. So that is it for this video. For The Legend of Ruby Sunday, I think I would give it a 7 out of 10. It leaves a lot of things to be set up, and if Empire of Death doesn't deliver, Legend of Ruby Sunday really does fall flat. So fingers crossed, Empire of Death is going to be brilliant. But that is just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Are you excited for Empire of Death? And also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and share it out. And I will see you in the next one.